And just before the news, I told my listeners that the defamation claims against Jordan Shanks have been settled. That came from John Barilaro. I'm grateful for and accept Mr Shanks' apology to me, he said. That was confirmed in a statement. The court heard a statement made on behalf of Mr Shanks by Dr Matt Collins QC, in which he said, freedom of expression for political communication is important, but added Mr Shanks accepted that some of the videos he posted were offensive to Mr Barilaro and apologised to him for that hurt. They then said our client will not pay a cent in damages to Mr Barilaro. Then I heard Gil Taylor. He came on in 9 News and told a bit different story, and he's on the line right now. Gil, g'day.
G'day, Ray.
So I heard you say at the tail end of your report that Mr Shanks will be paying court costs. Is that correct?
Well, the understanding is that he'll agree to pay court costs, but he won't be paying damages to John Barilaro. Court costs are separate in these matters from actual damages. It sounds like John Barilaro accepting the apology from Jordan Shanks and is pleased that the matter is now over. But his case against Google, my understanding is that's going to continue. I suppose the upshot, Ray, is that, yes, freedom of expression for political communication is important. There's no question about that. But I suppose with all of these defamation cases, it does depend on the wording. It depends on whether there was an accusation or an insinuation made against someone, or in fact even a statement about someone, not even a question. So it all comes about in the wording, and I guess Australia is being accused of going the American way and being defamation happy. But I guess Twitter posts, Facebook posts, videos, I guess some caution is definitely required.
Well, I think they should be subject to the same rules that, mainstream media is. And I'm held to account here, as are people on other radio networks and TV stations and publishers of newspapers. So I think just because you decide you publish something on social media, you shouldn't be held to account. Now, the interesting part is you say court costs. Now, that doesn't infer that they're paying the cost of Mr Barilaro. I would have assumed they're paying their own cost.
No. Yeah,
and Barilaro's paying his own, but there was a cost to have the Justice Raries preside over this, and that's what that'd be about.
Yes, that's right, Ray. So, but actual damages to John Barilaro, it doesn't sound like there's going to be any damages paid to John Barilaro. So, look, that would have been, mediation between the two parties, and of course we're never privy to those what's said in those meetings, but. Yeah, I think, as you said, it just goes to show that, I guess, with Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, in this case, with videos, it is a form of publishing. So I guess you've got to be careful the way you frame things and the way you do things. Lots of things can be humorous, and many of them are. But I guess it's all about the framing of the language. I guess that it's a bit of a minefield, but people need to be careful.